There you go.
Some Nathaniel Ratliff, I think, is what it is. We own no rights to any of that music, but thought I'd open that up with.
Never know what to expect week
to
man.
Week. Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats is a cool band, man. Actually, I found them on YouTube one night when I was taking a shower. I always listen to music when I'm showering. It's crazy, but anyway. What's up, Facebookers, social media lights? How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everybody who shares our page, listens into us. Thank you, Mr. Andy Crane, for the wonderful artwork that you do for us throughout the week. Thank God it's race day. I got my wear on. Thank you, Mr. Nate. And what is it? TGIR merch. There they are right there. See, the signs are getting better, brother. Either that or my head's getting smaller. So. Yeah, man. So what's up, Gary? How's everything? How's your week?
Everything is good. Busy week.
Yeah, dude, I'm tired, bro.
It's almost over. Yeah, almost over.
Listen, this Saturday, practice. Orange County Fair Speedway, we will be there. Come on down, say hello to us. I think Mr. Kyle Welsh will be there with us. Tony Gearhead. Got to get my cuz Larry. Got to make sure he's coming. Of course, freight train's out of the snowbank. He's starting to work on that. Dude, I'm getting excited, man. Racing's right here. It's here. 75% fans allowed in the stands at Orange County. I think you do need to call ahead to get tickets. Don't just show up. I think you have to get tickets prior, right? You have to get tickets prior.
I saw that. They posted that today.
Yeah. Sunday also practice at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Also keep in mind, enduro cars only on Sunday. So if you have an enduro car and you're looking to practice, Sunday would be your day. The weather does not look good for Sunday. But I know the wife works there. She works out in the back gate. My daughters are working there. So
also
they still got them coming in. So I guess they're going to try.
And also the SNS, Andy Crane's putting that SNS, the spring thing there.
So we are sponsoring.
He still we're sponsoring that. He said that he still has a few spots up. So if anybody's looking to get into it,
aren't we doing a raffle or something here tonight? What are we doing?
Well, we were gonna, but we didn't have no entries into it. Okay. So I guess well, the thing with Middletown, I think. People going to practice.
Listen, man.
Tough date.
Yeah, I apologize to Andy and his family and stuff, and we really want to go, but it's race season, and we're in full force, So
and it's Bristol, baby.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm stoked. I really am, man. I'm excited.
Bristol.
I'm excited. I really am. Stewie Friesen, NASCAR ride.
Yep.
Jay-Z, Jessica Zemkin. She's in a truck. Dude, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't been this excited to watch a NASCAR race in probably 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I think it's going to be awesome. I think that some of your guys who normally who don't do well are going to do well. I think you're going to see Larson. I want to see Larson and Friesen and Bell going at
Christopher Bell will be there, no doubt.
Listen, and I want Rico or Bruce. Somebody give that little dude a ride.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's why I said you want to make NASCAR interesting, just throw some dirt on it.
Dude, it's going to be they should have done this years and years ago. Right now, I think Dale Earnhardt Sr. is going, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Cool deal. I think they should rotate tracks, though. Maybe Martinsville next.
Dude, whatever.
Something like that. That'd be cool, too. Put a different racetrack.
Big shout out to one of my low buck guys. I don't know him personally. What's his name? Nate. Ram Bristol 74X. Dude has made a name for himself.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Listen, man, props to you. If anybody who knows him, we'd love to have him on here.
It's already in the works.
I get it. I took a street stock to Syracuse. I did what you did. Brother, congratulations, man. 15th. Guy finished 5th. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's in the process. We're already trying to get him on. So we're
that is what it's all about. Dude, you should be more than proud of yourself. Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah,
all right. So who do we got tonight?
We got Josh Allen first.
Yeah. So let's bring on
sportsman
Josh.
Guy. So we'll bring Josh on here.
Yeah, man. All right, Josh. We've let you sit in our green room long enough. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. So, Josh, for those who don't know, tell us where you race, what you race, how long you've been racing, all that other good stuff. Let's start with what are we jumping into?
I race a sportsman. I started racing when I was around 7 years old. Um, I've always been around racing since I was like 5 or 6 at Orange County
Okay.
with like Rob Sherlock and Michael Storms
Yeah.
and all them guys. Yeah.
Okay. So, and how many years is this? Your first season in Sportsman, or this is second season? Where are we at?
I think I started like late August, early like I don't really know, September. So
Okay. So this would be your second season?
Yeah.
Okay. And where did you graduate from? Like the slingshots, or where are you coming from? What's your racing background?
Yeah, I started racing slingshots when I was like 7, at Hamlin, and then moved up.
Yeah.
Last year.
Okay.
You say you went to Delaware and Salinsgrove. What was it like racing with some of them guys? Because there's some big names that go down there in the sportsman ranks.
Yeah. I just try to keep up with them. It's only my first year, so I don't try to beat myself down too much, but just try to keep going.
Yeah. So was your dad a racer, or your granddad was a racer? How did you get involved?
I don't think my dad he raced a couple times for like Zuby, I think. He wasn't really a big racer. He just worked on cars, and that was really it.
Okay. So what made you decide that, listen, I don't want to work on cars like Dad did. I want to actually drive one of these. Was it just being around the Sherlocks and being around Michael Storms and all that?
Yeah, it was just being around the whole racing community. I just loved it. Loved the energy and the atmosphere, and I just want to drive one myself.
Okay. All right. So what do you got going on here for 2021? Now you said you've run Orange County, and you actually made a trip down to Selinsgrove?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How'd you make out down there? How'd it go?
I missed it by one. They took 3 out. I missed it.
Yeah,
I got 4th.
That's enough to make you want to punch the guy who finished in front of you, right?
Yeah.
All right, don't admit to that, but just yeah. But you know what, man? That's cool. I mean, if this is, you've only been in it, maybe a season, and you're down there with those caliber kind of drivers. I mean, that's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on for 2021? Where are you looking to run? What are you looking to accomplish?
I'm gonna run Orange County weekly with the car that they're building, HigFab chassis that they're building right now. They're scrambling to get it ready for this practice this weekend.
Okay.
Try to run the Short Track Series, North Series. Try to get a couple of them because my dad works, so it's a little hard.
Yeah. So what is it? What do you do for a living?
School and sometimes work with my dad.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. So and how old are you now?
I'm 13. I'm almost 14.
13 years old. You hear this, Gary?
Again, yeah.
13.
You
know what I was doing at 13? I was baling hay.
Yeah. Telling you. It's
nice.
So cool, though, to see these young kids, though.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Just the talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you plan on running? I mean, obviously, you're already running, Selinsgrove and stuff like that, and you're also, going to be running Orange County. Do you plan on running the rookie division for sportsmen, or are you moving right into the big show, or what's the plans there?
I really don't want to go back down to like rookies since I'm already up in sportsman. I really don't want to try to make it easier.
Right.
So I guess I'm just gonna stay in sportsman. And,
okay. And where do you see yourself? Where are you wanting this? Do you want to race full time? You looking for, maybe a small block ride? I mean, obviously you want to get some seat time right now. Where are you looking for this to head?
Yeah, I'm looking for a small block ride. I don't know whose car I'm going to drive yet, but definitely looking for one this season. I think I'm going to go for a couple of years, stop, focus on my career, and maybe get back in the seat one other day.
Okay. So is this something that you want to do full time, or are you looking like NASCAR? Like where?
I think I'm just going to stay in like modified, maybe go up to a big block at some point.
Yeah, man.
Really interested in NASCAR. I don't know.
Yeah. Nice.
Dig into daddy's pockets. You be all right.
So are you and Gary are friends? Is that what I'm kind of feeling out here? You guys know each other? That he's comfortable enough for you to be in your dad's pockets.
No.
So, Let's talk about some of the sponsors you got on your car here for 2021. Who you got sponsoring you? You got a list? Pull it right out, brother. Listen, I used to win races. I'd had a list just like this. I pulled it right. I read it. I don't want to forget nobody.
Yeah. Big thanks to Miller Pull Line Construction. They've been big help all this time. Candle Brothers Electrical Supplies, Escape Power Sports, Higfab Chassis, Rob Sherlock Roofing, D. Anderson Towing, Simplicity Designs, and D&M Electrical Contracting.
Nice. So you got some pretty big names on the side of your car there. I mean, Sherlock is pretty synonymous with, especially Northeast Modified Racing and stuff like that. So good for you, man. Good for you. So other than the Short Track Super Series, is there, what are some of the other tracks that you've been to?
I think I've been to Thunder Mountain, 5 Mile. Tough break at 5 Mile. Orange County, St. Jove, and Georgetown. I think that's it.
Yeah. So out of all, and you've run sportsman at all those guys, at all those tracks. Okay. So and out of all those tracks, what do you think is your most favorite? Where do you like to race the most?
I raced the most at Thunder Mountain. I like that track. It's really nice. 5 miles good. The first time I went there, I blew a right rear on the last lap and lost the lead.
That's tough. That hurts.
Yeah. Probably Thunder Mountain right now, or Orange County.
Thunder Mountain, yeah. And where are you looking to call home for 2021? Where are you going to be racing on a Friday or Saturday? Or are you racing both nights?
Definitely Orange County, probably.
Yeah.
Did you go? You didn't go to Florida? I thought you went.
Oh yeah, I did go to Florida. My bad.
You went down to Florida. I see. Dave Allen just popped in. He said, "Hey man, what about Bubba Raceway?"
Okay, that's what. Yeah, he beat me to it.
Yeah. So how did you make out down in Florida? I mean, that's a pretty cool deal, right? Isn't that a Brett Deo deal? Didn't Brett set that up? Okay. Yeah. So how did you make out down there? How did you make out Bubba Raceway?
I made all the races. I think I gained like 1 or 2 spots each night. It was nice. It was really cool. Just trying to figure out the track. It's tricky.
Yeah. So with the new surface in Orange County, the dry slick surface, are you liking the way the new configuration? I mean, they took the banking out, they've slowed it down a little bit. You got to drive a little bit more. How are you liking the new surface in Orange County?
I like it. I saw the old surface and it looked real rough. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah. I like benefit of never racing on it, right? You don't really.
Yeah.
You don't know what it was. So.
Yeah, I think the speeds have slowed down quite a bit. I mean, I know we're about 2 seconds slower than what we used to be, for street stocks and stuff. Okay, so are you a points racer, or do you like to just go out and just I just want to drive my car, or are you chasing points?
We're gonna try and chase some points, probably for Orange County, maybe the North Series. I don't know.
Okay, and with the North Series, what tracks does that include? Like where do you guys go for that?
I don't really remember. I think it's Accord, Thunder Mountain. I think it's Land of Legends, maybe. I don't really remember all of them.
Okay, so you're gonna get around quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah,
nice. And where are you guys located? You guys located by Thunder Mountain Speedway? Because you said you like to race up there quite a bit. Where are you guys out of?
We're in Milford, PA. We're like.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's right up the road from us, Gary.
Yeah. So yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not bad, man. You're actually kind of a little bit centrally located.
Pennsylvania, that's what Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, it's kind of perfect. Yeah, I moved out to Westbrookville. I make a left, I go to Orange County, Bethel. I make a right, I go to Accord and everywhere else. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's a good location.
You're located good.
So, all right. So this is the point where we've been asking everybody. It kind of seems to be the one of the favorite parts. Out of all the races in the world that you could win, other than the Daytona 500, what would be the one race that you'd want to win? Now you're smiling. So did you know that this question was coming?
Yeah, I knew it.
So that's cool. You know what that means, right? That means people are watching our show.
The show. Yeah.
So what would you like to win?
Probably Chili Bowl or
Chili Bowl.
Yeah, probably.
I love it.
Eastern States.
Yeah. Listen, I was fortunate enough in 2007 to win the amateur pure stock Eastern States, and I was one of maybe 5 or 6 people that left that weekend with a win. And dude, it's just what a cool feeling. that many people in the stands, and dude, it's a really, really cool feeling. Yeah. So, how did you run Eastern States last year?
Yeah, I did.
And how'd you make out there? I should know the answer to this because I was one of the announcers, but I'm an idiot.
I missed it by 3. I think I got 6th in the Conci.
Okay.
Or like 16th. I don't remember.
Okay. Nice.
It's a tough nut. So many cars too.
That was my first race there, I think.
Excuse me.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, it's man, there were some really good cars there. Absolutely, yeah.
Always.
So, and out of all the guys that you race with, who do you like to race with the most?
I don't really know, to be honest.
See, I'm not going to ask you who you least like to race with because you still have a long career to go, and nobody forgets that stuff. So, So, like Tanner Von Dorn, I mean, he's right around your age, and the kid is setting things on fire. I mean, what kind of a racer he's a pretty clean racer. You like racing with Tanner?
Yeah, I love racing with Tanner. I'm good friends with him.
Yeah, good. Nice. And now there's like a whole group of you guys, right? Didn't you guys come up together from slingshots and all that stuff?
Yeah, right around the same time, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So other than your sponsors, do you have a crew that helps you work on the car, or is it just you and your dad, or how does that work?
It's me and my dad, Gary Miller with Miller Pull-On Construction. He helps out big part of the time. That's it right now. We're going to try to get a crew together sometime.
Yeah.
It's tough business.
Nice. Well, you know what, Josh, we really appreciate you joining us, and we wish you nothing but the best here for 2021, and we'd love to have you back on, later on in the season and see how things are going, man. Really appreciate it, and man, young guy, man, Gary, you see this, young guys, man.
Maybe by then you'll be chasing that small block.
Hopefully,
that'd be cool. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you joining us, and we'll chat with you soon, man. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
No worries.
All right, man.
So, just real quick, too, man, I saw he popped on here, and, of course, John Lombardo, man, what's up, brother? Welcome home. Good to see you out of the hospital. I think you're doing it's awesome. Keep fighting, man. Thoughts and prayers with you. Also, want to send our condolences out to Hollywood, Craig Mitchell. His mom passed away here this week. And, our thoughts and prayers to him, and, a great racer, modified guy, his mom, very nice woman. And, we're sorry sorry for your loss. And, just our condolences, man. It's, rough time. So,
if you look back in the comments, somebody about Palmer on here. I've actually had messages. I don't know if maybe you can reach out to him. You might have more luck. I guess I've had people message me to try to get Palmer to come on. I know he just did a show like 2 weeks ago. It was on another podcast, so I think he'll be down for it if you have a contact for him or something. If you possibly get in touch with him and see if he'd be willing.
To
come on.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea.
He will. Like I said,
absolutely.
It was on a different one. I was listening to it like 2 weeks ago. So
nice.
It was actually a pretty good interview with them, and they got a lot of stuff going on at Accord. Just listening.
Well,
to
you know what? As far as the racing world goes, I think they got hit the hardest. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
They never opened. And it just absolutely horrible what happened to them guys. Middletown got kind of a season, and dude, they got nothing.
And he spoke about that on that particular podcast too, about the practices. It just wasn't economical for him to do. He still had to pay the ambulance and the insurance and all that. That was a tough deal for Palmer.
Everybody got mad at him, but what they have to understand is, Gary does almost 90% of that place by himself. He does the track maintenance. He mows the lawn. He cleans up, and a lot of the stuff, a lot of the money comes out of his pockets. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing behind the scene. Like a lot of people don't I worked for him. I worked at the track. It's just amazing what that man does.
Oh yeah, he's a machine.
Absolutely. Oh, it is. And that stuff like that goes unnoticed. You see him on race day, but I mean that's literally his job out there. It's kudos to him because he really does it by himself. He doesn't, he doesn't really have a crew, and he gets it done.
Dude, what a great place. I see Doug Ross popping in here. You both have young kids. Get them started. Doug, don't you have like Matlock or something to go watch? Murder, She Wrote, something like that? When you mind your business?
Don't worry about us.
Yeah, man. All right. So do we have our next guy in the?
Yeah, Kyle has popped on.
Okay.
All right, so we'll bring him on. There we go.
So joining us right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it is Kyle Pierce. And Kyle, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. So Kyle, for those who don't know, we all know you're a sprint car guy. Is it 305, 410? Tell us exactly what it is you're driving.
So we're in a 305, so this will be our first full season in one. Last year, we kind of had some big plans to try to move to that rank out of the crate sportsman, and then COVID kind of messed everything up there. But we did get to run probably around 10 or so races at Land of Legends. So got to kind of experience a pretty huge track. And
Didn't you win one of those?
I had one. I did win a wingless show at Pencan that they had.
Yeah.
And I did. I mean, I won 2 heats at Land of Legends toward the end of the year once we got rolling.
Yeah. So and how did you get involved in racing? Where did was it your dad that was your dad a racer? Your granddad was a racer? Tell us a little bit about that. How'd you get involved?
So my dad's side of the family is very big into it. Growing up, he had the Frisbee side of his family that did a lot of racing. He rode motorcycles for a while until I was born, and he got into cars. So it's kind of really been in the blood the whole way. At one point, I had all 5 of my dad's brothers and sister-in-law running, and then an uncle on the other side of the family, all within like a 10-minute drive of everybody. So it was pretty cool growing up.
That's cool.
Yeah. So and where are you guys located out of?
We're in the southern tier region of New York, so we're pretty centrally located between Thunder Mountain, 5 Mile, Skyline.
Okay.
Pretty equal distance from all of them.
Okay, nice. And did you said you were running sportsman, you moved up to 305. Did you start right off in sportsman, or are you one of these youngsters that started in like slingshots and then moved your way up?
Yeah, so I've actually run quite a few different cars. I started in quarter midgets at the local microd club here. Went from that to slingshots, and then my dad was racing IMCAs, so I wanted to race at the same track as him. And so I got into a 4-cylinder kids class for a year, and then jumped into micro sprints and ran 270 micro sprints. Then followed that by 600s for the next 5 or 6 years. And then ran the crate sportsman for 5 years, and then last year jumped over to a sprint car.
Well, what was your decision? Was that always the goal to be in a sprint car, or?
At one point, I really wanted to be. Feasibly wise, we really didn't have a chance until I started working full time out of college, and kind of had the funding down to go try it and to see how that goes. And I know at some point when a family comes around, then it might have to go on the back burner a little bit. So I might as well get as much fun out of it as I can for now.
Street stock. Get yourself a street stock. You can do it. I got 6 kids, man. I run street stock. You can do it.
Yeah.
So, now it's cool you brought that up. Now, how much of a cost difference is it between the 305 Sprinter and a Sportsman?
Yeah,
what's the cost difference? A whole lot different, or is it a little less, a little more?
From what we do, it's a little bit more expensive to run the sprint car, but we get a lot more payback with it. I mean, we're going to get some pretty cool experiences being able to go to a bunch of new tracks this year and travel around and just kind of learn different aspects of racing that we don't normally get to do when you get tied up with the weekly racing at one track. But cost-wise, I mean, we always try to do it as cheap as we possibly can, which sometimes bites us. But I guess the sprint car is a little bit more on the front end cost, but weekly cost, it's a little bit better just because you get a little bit better payback.
Right. Now, are you running the CRSA series or what is that? There's also the ESS. What is it?
There's Patriot,
North or Empire.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. So
yes,
what series?
We'll be running the CRSA series. So they have quite a few races here. Between that and weekly shows at Canandaigua, we can be looking at like 26 nights this year, which is almost double from a normal year. So.
Wow.
And then are you strictly just going to run the series, or do you plan on? Is there a home track you guys plan on being at, or?
So, Land of Legends also sanctions. They're sanctioned through Mike Emhoff Motorsports, which is who runs the CRSA. So we'll probably run as many at Land of Legends as we can too, on top of the CRSA, as long as everything goes well. So.
Okay. Nice. So, and who do you got? Who do you got sponsoring you here this year? Who's on the side of your car?
So this is actually pretty exciting. This is the first time in my going into the 19th year where we really had some sponsors behind us. So we have Fun City Service, which is a local gas station and food hub. We have Northeast Implement, who works with forestry equipment. They're one of the nation's leading forestry equipments, and they're actually pretty close to home too. Trackside Products, and now Wilcox has come on, and he's helping us out as much as he possibly can. And he's been helping us out for as long as I've ever been racing, helping my dad and I out. So always good to have him on the side of the car. And we also have Mid-State Basement Authorities. They came on with us this year. I know they're going to be doing some work with the CRSA as well and Land of Legends, so kind of like a 3-part deal there. So it's very exciting to have some help behind us a little bit this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
now you said this is your 19th season of racing.
Yeah, this will be my 19th
That's awesome.
season.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome.
where do you plan on going since you got out of the sportsman and went sprint car? Are you going to keep going that way, maybe 410, or go back big block modified racing, or what's your plans there?
Kind of whatever we can afford. My dad and I are both teachers, so we don't make a ton outside of racing aspects. So I would definitely need some help, probably think, to go pretty much any farther than the 305. That's pretty much max budget for us. But as long as we're having fun, that's all that really matters.
Now is that a crate motor, or are those open 305 motors?
They're actually sealed. They're sealed right through the CRSA. So there's 2 different seals. You can either have them sealed through them or through Race Saver, which is more of the national 305s. But either or like either seal will work. But so they are sealed up.
Are they all sealed up though? Is there a 305 series that runs unsealed motors, or are they all sealed up? I always wondered.
From around here, they're just all sealed up, from what I know.
Okay.
And do you have the motor built and then they have to check that and then seal it, or do you just buy right from the whoever's sealing them?
We had when we bought our car, it came with the motor, so we just had it redone, and then they had to come over and seal it before everything was actually put all back together.
Now, when you say they, who is they? Who is it that does that?
There was a couple of different people. Mike Van Duzen, who was the founder of the CRSA group, he actually went to the engine builder and sealed it with them. And they put it all together like right in front of them and then seal it right there.
And what is the cost for say a 305 sprint car motor?
I guess it kind of depends on what you want to spend. I'm starting to see them going for 10 to 12, maybe even up to 15 grand for a high end one. Luckily for us, ours came with the car. But the rebuilds, that also kind of depends on where you're going. So, that's what I know. I have a little bit limited knowledge just from not being around it too much to know kind of the ins and outs. But
when you say high end, what do we? If it's sealed, is there any rule book? Is there?
Yeah, is there
you
an
can
option?
make them. Yeah, there's options for that, or.
So I know it definitely started with the spec head that you had to run the Race Saver heads on them. But moving kind of over the last few years, from what I've just been reading about the class itself and online, looks like they're starting to go a little bit more in depth and trying to get as much out of them as you possibly can.
Okay.
But I honestly don't know too much of the technical side of it.
Right. Oh.
So you're like me. You get in the car, flip the switch, it don't start. You look around.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, that's why. Where's Tony and Jimmy? Where you got gas in this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to try a sprint. I'm 6'8", so I'm out of that loop. I'm out of that realm.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'd like to see you try that too.
Yeah, I would love to, man. Even the 600, I would. Yeah. Those things look so cool.
Yeah, they're actually so far my favorite cars that I've ever ran. the power to weight is wild. They're just twitchy little cars, but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, I've obviously World of Outlaws, they've come to Middletown, and you can stand down in turn one, and you never hear them guys lift. I mean, is it that wide open? I mean, do you get the tracks where you just never take your foot off the throttle?
There has been times up at Canandaigua where if it hasn't really slicked over yet, that you can pretty much flat foot it all up there. Penn Can, when we were there this past year, it's just kind of like a little burp going into the corner, and then you're right back on it hard again. So it's definitely a big learning curve from the crate cars for sure.
Now, is there a tire rule for you guys? Like, do you have to run, say, I know some of this touring series, if you start the heat race with one tire, you have to run the feature with that tire. Like, how does your tire rule and stuff work? Or are you guys allowed to do whatever?
We do have a spec right rear that we need to run. So we have to run the HTC tire, which is what the 360 guys around run as well.
Yeah, because I remember when the All-Star guys came, Tony Stewart's All-Stars, whatever tire they qualified for, they would spray paint. They had a marking on it, right? Yeah. And then they had to run that tire the whole night. They couldn't change it, And I remember Stewie came in, I want to say, I don't know if it was with the All-Stars or maybe somebody else, but he came in before halfway, changed his right rear, and went out and almost won the damn race. You know what I mean? So it's...
Yeah, honestly, we don't have too many times where with us that people are pitting or anything like that. I can only think of maybe once where it happened just right in the very beginning where somebody had to go in and change it and they came right back out. But we don't really have too much like live pit stops or anything like that.
And how many races do you guys get out of say a right rear? Because you're mostly driving off the right rear most of the time, right?
Yeah. Last year we were probably 3 to 4 nights. Okay. Once we started getting a little more competitive, we chased a whole bunch of issues in the beginning of the year. Going from the carbureted motors to the injection motor, but not really knowing much about it, there was a pretty steep learning curve. But I think it must have been right at the end of August, we switched fuel pumps after we replaced everything else that we possibly could have. And that was it. So then our car came to life. So up until that, we weren't really going through any tires, but we couldn't spin them even. We couldn't really get out of our own way if we wanted to.
So they're fuel injected?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay. Now, do they have starters, or you guys have to be push started?
We're push started, so
you guys need to knock that off.
Yeah. Put starters in the damn sprint cars already.
Yeah, I did see there was one last year that had a starter in it, so they could get theirs started. But
now, I've always wondered, like, what is the point of that? What is the purpose of that? Why don't they have a starter?
Yeah,
I guess it's just with the space and weight is the only thing I can guess. Now they're getting transmissions that are pretty small that I'm sure we could get in there. They do it with the crate cars.
I was going to say the crate cars have starters in them.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people make the argument of it's a sprint car, so it's not supposed to have do that. So I honestly couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but as a fan sitting in the stands, it's annoying. It really is.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Once you guys get going, though, I absolutely love sprint cars. I really do. But it's just that CRSA has always been very good though with getting you guys started quickly. They're not really one to lag. I've been up in the tower with some of the officials and stuff like that. But again, as a fan, man, it's like, oh my God, here we go. And then especially if you get a red flag, God forbid somebody gets upside down and everybody stops and now we're back push starting everybody again. You know what I mean?
Luckily with the CRSA, they let you bring your own four-wheeler as long as your operator's wearing a helmet and the radio. So they're really pretty quick. Our first race we ran, actually, we got a flat tire and we couldn't even get back out in time because they had everybody pushed off and going really by the time they got us even to the trailer. So they're pretty good with what we have to work with. So
nice.
Now Orange County's not on the schedule for them this year, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. That is not on there. We did just have a race added in Vermont though, so that'll be a long haul.
Where's
Yeah.
that Devil's Bowl?
Yeah, so they're going to do a challenge race between the CRSA and the Scones, which are the
Okay.
sprint cars of New England.
Yeah, yeah,
So that'll be a haul.
yeah.
Yeah.
That looks
mean,
like a cool. That was a cool little track, though. Devil's Bowl looks like a nice facility.
Yeah. I mean, as a sprint car driver, do you prefer a bigger track or a smaller track? What's more your preference? I always found that I've loved watching you guys race at like Accord or, a tight little bull ring. Middletown, you guys kind of get separated and it's just, you know what I mean? It's almost like a freight train. What kind of a track would you prefer?
I personally prefer the little tracks. Up until going to Land of Legends, I really haven't been on a track quite like anywhere even close to that big. Really, so it's a pretty big adjustment to learn how to keep the car going really fast and not really wanting to lift too much because you'll just lose so much speed on the back end. So I like the little bull rings, but that's what I grew up with, and that's what the micro we ran on, the little 8th mile. So I like the little stuff better, but
yeah. So
like Pencan's perfect for them. I think Pencan is like a perfect size for them.
Yeah. I enjoyed when we went down there. The racing was good. They had 2 lanes. So we're getting to Thunder Mountain once this year, so I'm excited to go there.
Yeah.
I wish that they'd go back to 5 Mile. We ran the crates there for a while, so I didn't know that track probably better than any other of the tracks that we run on, but I definitely like those smaller tracks better.
Yeah. So out of 19 seasons, I mean, you guys have had to have accomplished quite a bit. What would you say was your biggest accomplishment so far in your racing career?
Yeah, probably my hardest kind of obstacle to overcome was getting that crate sportsman win. We were close a lot of times and it just wouldn't quite fall, and then we finally got one about halfway through 2017, and I ran half seasons with going up and teaching in Vermont for a year and then coming back from Vermont at the end of that year. So I ran a couple half years, but the last 2 races I ran in the sportsman, both years we should have won those, and caution came out right as we were making the path for the lead, but definitely that sportsman was the toughest so far.
I have one question here. Maybe you can make this happen for this guy, will you?
I dream of being a sprint car.
Maybe you can make that happen for him.
Yeah, we might be able to get him on the 4-wheel when we get to Pencan.
Nate,
there.
bring your helmet, man. We just got you a job, brother.
Yeah, you're in. See, that's what we do around here.
That's awesome. So 19 years, I mean, obviously, we like to ask a lot of the questions, where do you see your career going? Obviously, it looks like you're right where you want to be. And, so 305 sprinters. So we do ask everybody that comes on, and out of all the races that you could possibly win, other than the Daytona 500, what would be the one race that you would want to win?
In the sprint car world,
now careful because you are running a sprinter.
Yeah, I would love to be able to win the Knoxville Nationals.
I knew that's what I was going. I was saying it under my breath, Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's every sprint car. That's it right there.
I've never, my older stepkids, their dad lives out in Knoxville, Iowa. I used to think Knoxville was in Tennessee. That's how smart I am. But man, he lives 20 minutes from there, and every time we went, to go drop the kids off for the summer and stuff, I was always like, man, let's go to Knoxville, let's go check it out. But so I mean, is that something in the future, like realistically, that you can see yourself heading out that way?
Don't they have the 305, like a 305?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I think it's 360. I think they're 360.
Oh, they don't have 305? I know the 360.
Yeah, we would definitely have to have some pretty big help to get out there. Ideally, it would be cool, but realistically, probably not an option. But
in a car, it's an 18-hour ride, one way.
Yeah, Devil's Bowl is pushing it with us, and that's like maybe 6 or 6.5 with the trailer. But
yeah, man.
Yeah,
those long rides are even longer on the way home.
Yeah,
especially after a bad night.
Yeah. So, and out of obviously 19 years, you've raced all over the place. What is one of the most fun tracks you've been to? What's the one track you always look forward to racing at?
Around us, I like going to either 5 Mile or Thunder Mountain. Probably one of my favorite treks I've ever been to was Path Valley. We went down there one year down in PA.
Path
With the
Valley.
Yeah, it's pretty far away. That was a long haul. But we went down there with the micro and ran there once for a long weekend, and that was really cool. I'd love to get back there at some point. But
Nice, awesome.
Now, who's the top dog in the 305? Like who's the man to beat there?
so on the series, we got Daryl Ruggles and Jeff Trombley. They're ones that are
Trombley.
usually
I
up
didn't know
there.
if they were still doing that.
Yep. And then Alicia Bay, Daryl Ruggles' daughter. She's really fast. So it's a pretty competitive field, pretty much from top to bottom.
That's cool.
Yeah, even when I've seen I was at CRSA and all that, they've showed up and they've always put a couple of guys in, in a car. I mean, I watched Andy Bichetti one night at Accord Speedway. Never really been in a sprint car, wound up pulling off a win. So that's you guys. It's. I've always wanted to try a sprinter,
Man,
but as the wife says, I don't have enough life insurance for that. So.
Yeah.
But so are you a points racer, or are you just like to go out and have a good time, or where do you what's your main focus while you're racing?
I always try to tell myself I'm not going to race for points. I just want to go up and do the best I can. And then usually by the end of the year, if I'm doing decent, then I kind of get sucked up into it. But for the most part, points racing is pretty tricky because I'm an elementary school teacher, and I also coach football and basketball. So with coaching and teaching and trying to get a full race season in toward the end of the year is usually pretty tricky.
Wait. So you're an elementary school teacher.
Yes.
Do your kids know what you do for a hobby?
Oh yeah, I have race car posters and everything, a whole race car theme in my class. So they're pretty excited to get the season started, so they can see some videos. But
that's cool.
I think I did see somewhere that you were happy that the kids were coming back into the classroom because you had new pictures and stuff like that up. Do you invite them out to the racetrack? I mean, are they interested in it?
So we're gonna be at the Arnett Mall in Horseheads, New York this week with the car for the Outlaw Speedway car show. And a couple of them have been asking me, like, if they come to the mall, would they be able to sit in the car? So now there's a group of like 7 in my class that want to come out, and they're kind of planning on it. And a couple kids their parents have asked me, like, when's racing starting, and to send them a schedule. And so I think I'll see a couple of them at least.
So that's perfect.
That's
perfect.
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So dude,
you can even
right
get
there.
a couple. That's
Yeah, dude,
that's
you're the spokesman for the world of racing. You know what I mean? I think that's how some of the kids whose parents are not involved, that's how they get involved. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
my goal for the year is to usually get at least one kid interested in wanting to get more involved with it. So
I remember a few years ago, Miss OCFS, I'm trying to remember what her name was, but she actually brought in, I think she was like maybe the assistant principal or something. I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to get yelled at for it too, but I can't remember her name. Oh my lantern. But she had brought a bunch of kids in and she brought them over to the trailer, and we showed them the difference between a street stock and a modified and a sportsman and this and that, and my biggest thing to them was, listen, man, if you want to come try this, you got to do well in school, because everything about this car is math. Everything, even to you counting out your change when you go and buy parts, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. So one of our super fans, well, we call him super fan, Bud DeGenero. Bud wants to know: have you ever raced on asphalt?
Only in the quarter midget when I first started. We ended up buying a sprint car, and it came with some asphalt wheels in case they do. I think it was at Bethel. They said they ran just the asphalt stuff. So maybe that could be in the cars, but other than the quarter midget, I haven't really ran asphalt much.
Yeah, Christina Contesto. Thanks, Rick. That's her name, Christina. Yes, that was the teacher there. Yeah, dude, she did an amazing job. So, Kyle, we appreciate you joining us, man. And, we wish you the best of luck here for 2021. We'd love to have you back on. And, dude, I forgot that you were a school teacher when I was doing some pre-stuff here. I meant to bring that up, and I'm glad that you did, man. That's awesome. That's great. It really is, because you don't really see too many young kids getting involved anymore. Anybody, other than
more of that.
Yeah, other than somebody who was already involved in racing, like my kids are involved because I was involved, So, but that's amazing. That's awesome. So
that's what I said. If you can bring one or two kids, and then if their parents don't know about it, the kids go home and talk about it.
Yeah.
Get them to the track, man. That's how these tracks got to keep going and surviving.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Kyle, we appreciate you joining us. A couple knuckleheads hanging out in our bedrooms and talking racing, man. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. And just for the record, I believe that Kyle is our first sprint car guy we've had on here, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that makes you world famous, brother. At least 3,000 people are going to know who you are.
Yep.
There you go. That's probably 3,000 more than earlier today. So that's
who knows? Just because of that, next year you might be driving 360s, 410s. Who knows, right?
Yeah, if you do, let us know. We know somebody who will push you off.
Yeah. we got a great guy that'll push you off, no doubt.
All right. So, Kyle, I appreciate you joining us, man, and we'd love to talk to you later on in the season, see how things are going with you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. So, Kyle Pierce, 305 sprinter. Man, I just learned a lot of stuff I didn't know.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I've been trying to find somebody to come on, a sprint car guy to come on.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that they were –
stuff like that is interesting.
Yeah, I knew that they were
definitely didn't know.
crate motors, but I didn't know you had an option.
Yeah, no, me neither. That's why that was kind of thrown back by. He said high end.
What does that mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. High end.
It's like playing Tony Stewart's all-star sprint car game, and listen, you got to save your wins in order to buy the good.
Buy the good motor, yeah, no doubt. No, that's cool, and fuel injected too. That's
listen. I think that's going to be the wave of the future, within the next 10, 15 years or so. So,
yeah,
but
definitely.
All right, man.
That was good. That was fun.
Holy cow. Yeah. An hour just went by so quick.
See that? Amazing.
So, yeah. All right. So, again, Orange County Fair Speedway practice is this Saturday. I do believe gates open up at 1 o'clock, and it is for all divisions other than the Enduro guys. Then Sunday, hopefully weather permitting. I don't know why I just quoted. I think it makes me look cool. I believe that they are open again. Anybody else opening up for practice or racing this weekend? Oh, well, other than Bristol at Dirt.
You got Bridgeport's racing this weekend too. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of guys will be going down there.
Okay.
That's a three-day event, big money.
But it looks like
what's on Sunday at Orange County though? Is
it's just another practice.
Just Enduro, for everybody?
I believe it's another practice session. So you can go both days.
Is it open to fans though?
That I don't know. I really don't know.
I was trying to figure that out, or I couldn't get nobody.
Yeah,
really
and you think I would know? My sister works in the office and runs the office there or whatever. I don't know what the hell she does, but she's important. She's been there over 20 years. Yeah, you think I would know?
You think you know something? Jeez.
Because everybody asks me all the time, "Hey man, what's going on with Orange County?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. I'm at Bethel. I have no idea. Okay. I don't know."
Passing it off. Yep.
So
you're gonna be racing Orange County beginning, right?
We are, yeah. So we are going to start our season off at Orange County. We're gonna go. They are now. We want to go try out our new Ford 9-inch rear. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we pits only believe is what Rick is saying. So, So it's Flow Racing 2 just Friday and Saturday at the port. Thanks, Michelle.
Okay.
I
see Kyle's going there too, right?
Yeah. Listen, we could always use a yellow for in hot laps.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And then I think the 3rd is opening night at Orange County. Street stocks aren't there, and then I believe the following week we are on the schedule. We will be there. We'll be there opening night. And then after that, we're off the basketball, dude. And it's practice.
So you're only doing
practice.
1 week there at Orange County.
Yep. Yeah, just 1 week.
Are they running the street stocks every week though? Or are they on rotating?
No, I think it's on a rotating schedule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then we head to Bethel. I want to say, I think it's the 17th. I'm not sure. Yeah,
That's
we'll be
at
there for practice. And then that night, the practice night is an open comp enduro, and that is for points, and we will be running that. So I'm pretty excited. So
now you have what you got? So what do you use for the enduro? You don't use your regular car, do you?
I do. Absolutely.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Years ago, man, I got my one and only win at Accord. The following week, I went to Orange County for an enduro and lost. It was a complete loss. Destroyed the car. Totaled.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
I got hit so hard it took the head right off the block.
Yeah, that's ballsy doing that.
But listen, man,
especially when they see Joe Mearns on the track. That's their
dude,
one and only opportunity because anybody could drive the enduro. Like, okay, Joel,
yeah.
I remember that.
Listen, man, I try to race as clean as possible. You know what I mean? I really do because I can't stand when that crap happens to me. But last year, man, I was running pro stock. I was running enduros. I was running street stock. There were nights I put in over 300 laps at Bethel, and I literally would never get out of the car. The guys would Jimmy and Tony would bring me water while they were changing tires and carburetors, and dude, those guys were amazing. And my cousin Larry, dude, it was literally like they had such a system. I would literally pull in, loosen up the belts, drink water while they went to work and just change the car for every different division that I was running. And it was awesome.
Speaking of Larry, I see that he got his car running. I'm glad for that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So he got out of the snowbank.
Yeah, it actually started. That's impressive.
And I would run a refrigerator. Yeah, probably, but I would absolutely. Yeah.
He took that picture. The car, the tires on.
Listen, that's that ultimate power.
Holy, start right up, man.
That's our pops, man. That's John Lombardo, man. That motor's 8 years old, and I think he pumped the gas a couple times. It's my understanding that thing just fired right up. So I don't know. I wasn't invited to that party.
What was that? That was just a 2-man party. That was it.
Listen, I don't know. I really don't know. Listen, I was kind of glad I wasn't there because nothing would have gotten done. Let me see. JW Gannon
anyway.
Was a great run that last enduro of the season last year. Yeah, man, I tried, dude. I really did. I thought for sure I was top 3, but they say no, and I'm not gonna. I don't need to argue.
Enduro, it's so hard to keep track of. Like, how do you even know?
The best enduro that I ever ran was at Evergreen. You rented a transponder, and there was literally no arguing where you finished. There really wasn't. I thought for sure I was top 15. Top 15 got paid. I finished 16th, and I couldn't argue it.
Yeah.
But listen, I don't have to. And like I said to Mike Hager and the folks up there scoring, I've had my wife score enduros. I know that it's hard. It's very difficult to do. And like I said to Mike, I said, listen, no hard feelings. It's no big deal. I don't have to agree with you, but it is what it is, and that's the final decision. And so they had me down for 4th. I was like, okay.
now the enduro up there, that's a points. Are they running for points?
It is now a points series, yes. And I'm going to take credit for that. I am, because I ran every enduro last year, and I think I was top 5 in every single one. The best I was second, I think, once or twice. And I said, man, you guys want to make a series out of this. And they did. They're making a series out of the enduros at Bethel. So I'll run. So if I want to, I can run for pro stock, the enduro, street stock. They have now what's called a Renegade, which is going to be like an open full fender division, which is run whatever you want as long as it's full fendered. And then I think they're also going to have a street stock series, but just on DOT tires. So you can run for almost 5 championships this year at Bethel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Renegades here, that's going to run every week?
No, I think that everything's going to be alternating.
Rotating. That's a lot of stuff going on. Wow.
Listen, I started running pro stocks last year, only just to help the division. Just to help. It almost seemed like the division was dying at Bethel, and
that's what. Yeah, they were hurting.
Yeah, so I started running it, and man, there was one night where we ran the enduro, street stock, and pro stock, and I led all of them. And I thought for sure we were going to win at least one of them, and we didn't win anything. I didn't win nothing.
So the enduros are all 8 cylinders, though.
No, man, you
It's
run
a
with
mix.
4s, 6s,
That's
8s. I
whatever.
love it. I absolutely love it.
That's
I love
cool.
it.
All right,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, them little 4-cylinder guys, dude,
Oh,
they
man.
kick my ass.
Oh,
They
well,
are
yeah.
fast.
Those things are fast, ridiculously fast.
Yeah, dude, and they're, you know what I mean? Listen, every enduro I've been in, dude, everybody's ran clean. Nobody's really been, too rough. And it's a race. And it's a lot of good guys, man, up there racing at Bethel, for 4 cylinders,
yeah.
the 6 cylinder, everybody, dude, even the Long Island guys, dude, much respect for them and much respect for the 4-cylinder dudes up there running, dude. It's
you see some wild stuff though in that 4-cylinder too, boy. Holy cow! Last year was pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
It's exciting though.
I don't know. I always said that if they just had an enduro series, that's all I would run. But we got some stuff in the works here for us this year, and so I'm a little excited about the street stock and the enduro. We're just going to focus on those two this year, and not so much the pro stock or the Renegade. Right. Only because you got Dave Demarest coming, Larry O's coming back. You're going to have a lot of pro stock guys, and I think that I might just be in the way. So.
Oh, Dave is coming there full time?
I don't know if it's full time, but he's definitely coming. So,
no.
Ryan Modiano, hit me up. I have a rear for you that will work at Bethel. You come see me. You want to come up and run one. You let me know. I got you. I got tires for you too. If you want to come try it, man, let me know.
There you go. And they used to have Bethel used to do you get that first race for free. I don't know if they still do that or not.
I think so.
To come and try it, you know what I mean? It was always to give you that free one.
Yep.
Which was a pretty cool deal just to get you there.
Yeah,
and they still gave you your payout too. You know what I mean? So it's not like you weren't getting nothing in return.
Yeah, dude, it's just a fun place, man. The maintenance is so much less than running on dirt. Don't get me wrong, man. I love Middletown. I love racing there. But I don't know, man. I kind of and it's funny because I started racing at Bethel when I was 17. So. So that's it looks like that's where I'm going to end it.
I didn't know. I didn't know you started there.
Yeah, well, actually, I grew up 20 minutes from Bethel. I grew up in Jeffersonville, New York. So,
okay.
Yeah, graduated from there, and it's kind of where I grew up. Watching the racing there and stuff like that. Kyle Welsh's dad, Ronnie Welsh, Gary O'Donnell, Larry's older brother. Yeah, man, it just
How long did you race there?
I started, my Uncle Rich was a racer there. My uncles owned cars. My dad was a flagger there. We got a lot of history at Bethel. I raced there when I was 17. I ran a 6-cylinder. I ran a 76 Chevy Nova, and it was the first year Charlie Hoteling was also in that division with me. And I raced from May to the first week of August, and then I left home for the Army.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was 1995. I did 6 years in the military, and when I got out, I did 4 active, and then when I got out, I started racing again in 2001, and I've been pretty much going nonstop. So 03 and 2009, I didn't race. I didn't race at all.
All right. You saw 95. Geez, that's a million years ago by now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So long
This is my 21st season of racing. Wow. And I don't know, man.
Kyle, 19 years. 19, so young, 19. Like, holy Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Impressive.
It's 21. 21's my race car number. 21, the year 2021, 21st season of racing. This, I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling. I'm feeling lucky, man.
How long you feeling on going?
What's that?
How long you feeling on going? How long you think you're gonna go?
Listen, there have been years
when I've
been. There have been years when I've been done and just didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know, man. I really don't. I think COVID really kind of opened our eyes a little bit to, oh man, there's more stuff than just racing. I don't know. You know what I mean? If I go and race, great. If I don't, I'm kind of okay with it too,
Yeah. There you
go. But I do think that I'll always have a car because if anything, I'll want to hit the track at least once or twice a year. If I do decide not to run every single week,
Yeah.
But
it's
dude,
kind of like I see Brett Shattuck on there. His old man he still does it.
Dude, what's he got? 40 years in? 50?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I see him all the time, and this guy, he's up there in age too, and still getting. That's why I say some people just don't give it up. They love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, look at Richie Urich. Richie Urich still going strong, 50 some odd years. Do I think that I will 100% without a doubt in my mind retire? Probably not.
No.
I'm still gonna, as long as as long as I'm capable of getting in the car and driving, I don't think I'll ever give it up.
Now, what about the that old 65? I think his name is Hager too. Are they older? I don't really know, but I know that car is really old.
Yeah, that car was built. I want to say 1992. I could be wrong. Somebody's probably going to correct me on that. But they built that car originally for an enduro.
Really? That seems like they've been around a long time.
Yeah, they are. They've been around since the early 90s, early to mid 90s, and dude, just good guys. John and Jeff, really good dudes. Very clean racers. You know what I mean? They take what they have, man, and they just make it work. And it's
Hager,
really,
right?
really cool.
John, John.
Yeah. Yep.
So I say it's like the same car too, man. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, and that's not the only one they have. They have two Malibus also each. They also have. Well, I think John is now running the IMCA modified or the Bethel modified at Bethel, which is something that they had put together. And dude, they've been around a long time, man. They really have,
it's cool though.
I don't know. You look back a little bit and you realize, how many guys you've outlasted. You know what I mean? Guys came in and set the world on fire and just disappeared.
Yeah. I always say that. It's like, where did they go? They were so good, and then they're just gone.
I remember being the new kid on the block with Ray Tarantino and Emerson Cargain and Al D'Antonio and Mitch Frank and all them guys. You know what I mean? And there's only, and it's weird to be considered one of the veterans. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? How'd that happen? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just, I mean, really, besides probably you and Ray, there's really not, there's really not many of the old guys that are still out doing it though, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Emerson's, he's still got a car.
Yeah. The old man's, does the old man still race?
He's still got a car. I mean, he's looking to possibly come back a couple of times. You know what I mean? Little Emerson's been around almost as long as I have.
Yeah.
Ray's another one,
Right,
Jay Smalley's been around, I think, longer than myself. I think he's been around as long as Ray. You know what I mean? I think Jay started like early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Jay's been around a while. But a lot of the guys that are, I think, running now and running up front, Brent Chaddock's another one. Brent's been around a long time, street stocks. There's not really a whole lot of us. I think either guys come in, they'll run, a few years and then they move on. Bob Slate's been around since the 80s. Wayne Taylor. Yeah, Wayne Taylor's another one. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, and Wayne's been around since the 80s.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
But there's I don't know.
And still driving the Camaros.
Yeah,
right? Wayne's still.
Yeah. Wayne's got Camaros. He's got a Monte Carlo. You know what I mean? So, I think a lot of us, there's very few of us that get into the street stocks and decide that this is where we want to be. And a lot of the guys will either move on and run something else, or they just get out. You know what I mean? They have some fun for a few years and then they're out.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this question: you've driven the Camaro and you've driven the Metric. Now it's Orange County per se.
Yep.
Now, is there a advantage for the Camaro, like with the Leaf Spring Camaro at Orange County over the Metric car? I always wondered that because I see some guys that stick with the Camaros over the Metric.
I think I should have bought a Metric car 10 years ago, and I think I would have won a lot more than what I have.
Really?
Me personally, I found on a wet track, the Camaro doesn't work as good as the Monte Carlo. Okay. A dry, slick track, the Camaro seems to do a lot better. But I don't know. I ran Camaros for 15, 16 years. And, I don't know. I just, from the center off, the Monte Carlo is so much better. So much better. And then, for like a short track, like Bethel, especially Bethel, you got to have a coil car.
Right.
I mean, you can make a leaf spring car work up there, but the coil car is going to work so much better.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion anyway.
Yeah.
And there may be guys that are, that'll tell you different,
Yeah.
I think the way that Middletown is set up now, I think the coil cars are better. I do.
Yeah.
Because it's dry, slick.
Right.
Yeah,
because it was always like every time you went to Middletown, it was always loaded with Camaros.
Yeah.
Until recently they started phasing them out. That's why
Well,
I always wondered if it was an advantage or not.
I don't know. I loved my Camaro. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? There's I think that the leaf spring cars, unless you got a full blown Nick Stone Pro Stock or something like that, I just Charlie Donald really seems to get his to work pretty well. But he's been in Middletown forever.
Yeah. But that's the thing. If you take you take the Camaro and go to Accord, it seems like the metrics whoop them up there. That's what strikes me too. It's just weird.
Yeah. Listen, I think once you get these things working, man, you know what I mean. It's just. You know what I mean? I think it's 6 of one, half does the other. I think they both work very well. My own opinion, I think the coil car works so much better from the center off. The coil cars have changed a lot of opinions. Do you think that when the outsiders and when the coil cars have changed
do you think when the outsiders came in with the coil cars that changed a lot of opinions? That's good. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, guys like Charlie would show up to Middletown and kind of stomp us. Some regular guys that were there, I think absolutely. Yeah, I think we all started to kind of look and went, huh? So my decision to go to a coil car was just accessibility. The parts were getting harder to find for Camaros, and the guys who did have them wanted $1 million for stuff. And with the coil car, it was I could open the book and I could get it, and that was the whole thing with the Ford 9-inch. Somebody was asking about it before. How do I feel about the Ford 9-inch? Well, I was one of the guys that was an advocate for it. Middletown is now running Ford 9-inch. They're allowing it. So is Bethel. I'd love to get a hold of Accord, and I think Accord may join. Now, I'm not saying you have to have it, but it's an option. The problem is the conversation that guys had 20 years ago that are now, it's true. The parts, you can't buy them anymore. You can't buy a 7.5-inch rear from the manufacturer anymore. They don't make them. So you got to have accessibility. And it's the same thing with these small carburetors that they got us running. And I know some of the old timers are hemming and hawing. They don't agree with me. Yeah. But you got to be able to. I got to be able to go to the store and go, okay, I want that one.
Yeah.
Whereas with these small carburetors, you can't do that. They don't make them. They don't make them.
Yeah.
So
that's always been a topic of discussion.
That and allow us to fix the cars. The firewalls get rotten and stuff. Allow us to fix it. Now they want a firewall from frame rail to frame rail, no cockpit style. I have no issue with that. That's fine. Absolutely. Just let us fix them. So
yeah.
But all right, man. I think I've heard myself talk enough.
Yeah, see that? I changed the interview. You were a guest just then. You like how I did that?
Yeah, you punk ass. All right, folks, listen, man. We appreciate you guys all watching again, dude. And this has really been a ton of fun. What is this? That's why we should go back to the 500 CFM. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Charlie. 500 CFM carburetors or 4412. I'm with you. I really am. Yep. So we will see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, and of course we do have some really cool stuff in the works as far as some people coming on here and joining us. And thank you guys again.
Just say the shirts too. I'll have for people that ordered the shirts. That we'll have them at S&S. So whoever's going there that ordered them, you can get them there. I'll be there. He's bringing the shirts there that night. So and whoever else, people were paying PayPal and stuff like that. You can pay any way you want, and I'll ship them out to you. So if you're not local and you still want one, you can get one. Just message me, and I'll set you in the right direction.
Yeah, dude, man, we can't thank you guys enough for that. It's absolutely awesome. Again, we make no money on that. It's just getting our name out there, and a couple of knuckleheads in their bedrooms here, talking racing, and it's been an absolute blast. And it's only going to get better, man. Racing season's here. It's coming. Yeah! I ran my half marathon, so I'm only running like 3 miles a day now. But yeah, dude. And
Totally
again,
down.
man, thank you to Nate and the boys up there at TGI Merch. Andy Crane, thank you for helping us out. Everybody that watches us, we appreciate you guys, and like and share. And again, we'll see you guys next Thursday, man.
That's right. And we'll
Garrett,
see
be good, brother.
Sunday. Take care.
Yeah, man. Have a day.